Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we'll be making a Karl-Anthony Towns build. So make sure he's a center and we'll move on. So for the body settings, he is listed at 6'11" on basketballreference.com. So we're going to push the height down to 6'11". The weight we're going to leave at 252. I just found this the default weight to be the best weight for the build. And then for wingspan, we're going to drop that to 7'4" just to help boost a bit of shooting. And the body shape's up to you, but we'll move on to the attributes. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns, he has averaged over 20 points a game pretty much his whole career. Maybe his rookie season he didn't quite hit that mark, but he was the Rookie of the Year. He's a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA player, so he's a really great player despite some of his shortcomings, you know, his defense and things like that. But he does have a 23-point career average. So it's really high. You know, he's a real perimeter threat. You know, he shoots almost 40% from 3. He's really good in the post, particularly against smaller centers. Definitely uses his size. So for close shot, to kick things off, we're just going to push that to 90. I think with any center, having a high close shot's really important. Get those close badges, you know, gold, you know, hook specialist, grace under pressure, mouse in the house, and get that fast twitch Hall of Fame. The driving layup, we are going to push that to 80. So you will get some pretty decent layup packages with this at 80. I think you get the dominant bigs layup package, which is really handy package to have. You will get the fearless finisher silver as well, which can help on close shots, on particularly with contact. For driving dunk, we are going to push that to 71. So at 70, you get some of the animations, and then at 71, you just get the extra badge point. So you also have the pro contact alley-oops, so just the normal ones with this as well. So that's really handy to have. For standing dunk, he's not known as a posterizer, but I definitely wanted some level of contact dunks for this build because you are a post player, inside player. That's one method of scoring. So get that standing dunk to 80. You also get posterizer silver at 80, which is really handy to have. And then for post control, we are going to push that to 86 to get that extra badge point. At 85, you get all the post badges Hall of Fame. But if you push it one more, you do get that extra badge point. But that'll be all for finishing. Now for shooting, here's the self-proclaimed greatest big man shooter of all time. Those aren't my words, those are his words. But we'll go with it for the build today. So what we're going to do is we're going to push mid-range shot one below the max, which is 85. And then push 3-point shot to 80. So just with the height and the wingspan, I didn't want to go too short on the wingspan to boost shooting because it would affect rebounding and things. And at 6'11", it's hard to go to boost shooting much more than this. As you can see, at 86, you do get that gold, green machine, and Hall of Fame lucky 7. If those are important to you, definitely find a way to upgrade mid-range shot. But for the build today, I've just gone on 85 mid-range and 83. You still have the 25 badges and a lot of really great off the catch badges here, so you should find something that really suits you. Now for free throw, he is an 83% free throw shooter. So I've managed to get free throw to 82. That's just what I had left, so I think that's pretty good. Now for playmaking, it's just really important just to have a gold bullet passer with any build. So I've got the 85 pass accuracy. He only averages 3 assists a game, so he's not a massive, you know, playmaker. He's not playing like point center like Bam Adebayo or Al Horford sometimes do. But we will push the pass accuracy to 86 to get that extra badge point. Then for ball handle, we're just going to push that to the max, which is 69. So you will have some pretty decent ball handling ability for a guy that's 6'11". So you will be able to handle the rock a bit. And speed with ball, we are going to push to 50, which is the max. And at 50, you do get that bronze quick first step. So you will have a capability to play off the dribble with this 6'11" player. So keep that in mind. You know, Cat can handle the rock a bit, which I think is why I don't think it's too bad that Utah got Rudy Gobert in the trade. I think Cat does have an ability to play as a power forward. Can definitely drive and handle the ball a bit. I've seen some footage of him. He's quite decent at dribbling for a big guy, so I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. I think maybe on defense it might be, but definitely on offense it should be really great to have him out there on the perimeter as a power forward. Now for defense, he isn't a particularly great defender, but he does average 1.5 blocks a game for his career, so he's definitely a capable shot blocker. And he can lock up some smaller guards that smaller centers that try to, post him up down low and shoot down low on him. So interior defense, I'm going to push to 89 just to get that brick wall gold and post lockdown gold. For perimeter defense, we're just going to push that to 57 for the extra badge point and bronze pick dodger in case you get switched. You might want to put that on. For steal, we're just going to push that to 60. He only averages 0.8 steals a game, so it's not a heap. But you will have that silver interceptor there. For block, like I said, he averages 1.5 blocks a game, which is pretty decent. So we are going to push block to 89 to get that extra badge point. You'll also have rim protector and intimidator gold with a Hall of Fame pogo stick. So they're good badges to have. In terms of offensive rebound, he does average 11 rebounds a game with 3 offensive rebounds. So it's almost a quarter of his rebounds, or over a quarter just about, are offensive rebounds. So we definitely want to push offensive rebound up pretty high. Now I had points left to get it to 82, which gives you the extra badge point. And then defensive rebound, we are going to push that to 91 so that we get that gold rebound chaser, because he is a particularly good rebounder. Now for physicals, we are going to push speed to 63. That's the max. You can't go any higher than that, unfortunately. And then acceleration, we're going to push to 60, which is also the max. So you'd be probably on par for most centers around the court. 60 is probably the middle. I've seen some centers with 50 speed, some with 70, 60 sort of in the middle. So I should be able to make do. In terms of strength, we're just going to leave that at 64. Vertical, we're going to put to 65. So you will need that to unlock the pro big man contact dunks. And then for stamina, we're just going to chuck the rest on stamina for 90 stamina. And that's the build. So in total, we have the 26 finishing, 25 shooting, 18 playmaking, and 30 defensive badges, for a total of 99 badges for this Karl-Anthony Towns build. That can pretty much do everything at 6'11" as a center. It's gold rebounding, gold rim protecting, can take other centers off the dribble, particularly ones that don't bother to upgrade perimeter defense. I see a lot of builds that don't bother to upgrade perimeter defense. So you can definitely take guys off the dribble. If you play the angles right, you can definitely do it on park where there's a bit more room. Can shoot really well from the perimeter, particularly off the catch. He's got really great, gold Hall of Fame level interior scoring as well. So it's a really versatile center. Can pretty much do everything. So you should be able to have a lot of fun with this build. Now for takeovers, I just chose spot up precision because, he's a self-proclaimed greatest big man shooter of all time. So just provides a boost of well-timed stationary jump shots. And then see the future because he's a great rebounder. So I definitely wanted to put that one on to help with some boards. But as you can see, you've made a two-way, three-level scorer. Shades of Bill Walton, Nikola Jokic, and Joel Embiid. I'd say he plays a lot like Joel Embiid. Probably not as impactful as Embiid does. But he definitely has the same sort of play style. Plays out the perimeter, can hit those threes, but also can post up. Really good rebounder. Probably not quite the defender that Embiid is, but definitely has sort of like a Kmart version of his defense. So there's some good comparisons there, but we'll take a look at the badges. Now for finishing, for Towns, I probably just want to put the post ones on gold. Back down punisher gold, hook specialist, and drop stepper. That can be really handy to have. And then the other ones, you might want silver or grace under pressure, posterizer because you do have those contact dunks, rise up, maybe mouse in the house if you're on a small player. And the last one, you may just want to put on fast twitch gold. That could be really good. And then maybe fearless finisher. You might want to think about putting some extra badge points into this build if you do make it, to get maybe putback boss and unstrippable on bronze. Lob city finishes there to help with those contact dunks on lobs. But just for now, for the badge points that I have, that could be a good layout. You could always drop some things to get those other badges in, but for Cat at the moment, this is probably the most realistic. Now for shooting, because you are a post player, you may want fade ace. He's a really good shooter, so he definitely hits some post fades. Limitless spot up, he's self-proclaimed greatest shooter, big man shooter of all time. You know, slippery off ball's great. You know, you can get that sniper, maybe gold or Hall of Fame. You know, get Deadeye, Green Machine, catch and shoot, hot zone hunter. And you've still got 4 left, so you know you can upgrade some things. You know, he does take a lot of shots. He's a primary scorer on his team, so you know, volume shooter could be good. And the last one, you may want Lucky 7 if you play with your friends and you play really fast. That could be a really good one to have. So that could be a good layout for Karl-Anthony Towns. Now for playmaking, you've got 18 points here and a lot of badges that you can use. I would say handles for days, quick first step, tight handles, and triple threat Duke could be really great because he does dribble the ball a bit. He tries to play like Anthony Davis and play like a guard. He wants to be a guard, but he's 6'11", but he can still handle the rock. So definitely get those on bronze. Get unpluckable and silver so you just don't get stripped. You know, you got that dimer, you know, glue hands, you know, post playmaker because you will be playing in the post a lot. You can get that bullet passer on gold, needle threader on silver to help with those outlet passes. And then the last 2 you may just want to put break starter on silver just to help get those assists on those breaks. That could be a good one for Karl-Anthony Towns. Then on defense, he's not a particularly great defender, but you know, you've got 30 points here and you can really make a good defender on the game. So chase down artists to get those animations, you know, interceptor, pickpocket to help with those steals, you know, rebound chaser. Like I said, he's a good offensive rebounder, so you know, worm on silver. You know, you can get rim protector, pogo stick, intimidator, you know, box out. You got the brick wall there, tireless defender, and the last 2, you know, you may want to put on post lockdown bronze, and then maybe, you know, pick dodger if you're worried about getting switched, which he often does. You know, little guards try to get him onto him because he's not quite quick laterally, so that could be help with any rescreens. But for Karl-Anthony Towns, that could be a really great defensive layout. All in all, that's the build. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you have a really great day.